Hello, gem hunter. Do you think gold is valuable? If so, would you like to know how to find gold in nature? Well, one thing I can guarantee you is that if you found the right amount of gold on your property, it would make you a lot of dollars. In fact, many people would love to find gold in nature just because of its market value. But in today's video, I'm going to show you that there's something better than finding gold. In case you didn't know, there are gems that can be worth 2 to 10 times more than gold. That's right, instead of looking for gold, depending on where you live, it can be much more advantageous to look for gems because they can be worth many times more. But how many gems are worth more than gold? Well, actually, many gems are worth more than gold. But in this case, we're going to talk about the most important ones that can cost up to 10 times more than gold. This gemstone is not only real, but also more common than you might think. If you found a stone like this, would you say it might be worth something? Well, if the answer is no, you could be very wrong. In fact, most people would let such a find go unnoticed, not realizing that it's actually a valuable stone. To give you an idea, specimens like this sell for more than $300 on eBay. As common as these stones may seem, once they were cut, they can be sold as high-quality gemstones. Well, that doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but that's the way it works, because in their rough state, many stones that are considered ordinary can be worth a lot. When I say valuable, I mean worth more than $100, many of which can be found quite easily in various places around the world, including the United States, Canada, and Australia, with the potential to be almost as valuable as diamonds, emeralds, or rubies. And to make things even easier, these stones are easily found above ground, which means you don't have to dig deep to find them. So stick with me for a few more seconds, because I'm sure after this video, you'll never look at an ordinary stone the same way again. The first thing you need to understand is what makes an ordinary rock special enough to be considered valuable. There are two main factors that influence the price of any gemstone: beauty and rarity. First, beauty, as stones with vibrant colors, unique patterns, or enchanting translucency tend to attract more attention. In the case of agates, this can mean colors such as the bright orange of carnelian agates, or the multicolored bands found in certain varieties. And the second is rarity, because even if a stone is extremely beautiful, if it is very common with several other stones of similar quality and standard, its value won't be as high. On the other hand, those stones that are rare and hard to find tend to attract collectors and command high prices, even if their beauty is subjective. This ultimately pays off for those gem hunters who have a little more patience and persistence. We're talking about opals, those fascinating gems that display a spectacle of colors on their surface. Unlike gemstones with a single color, precious opals reflect a vibrant range of hues, as if they contain the entire rainbow. And the more intense and diverse the palette, the greater the value. Noble opals are a fascinating subject, especially since, unlike other gemstones, there is no clear indication of their presence. They can be found unexpectedly, without the geological clues that usually precede the discovery of other gemstones. For example, if you're looking for tourmalines, you'll find that the presence of malachite in the area can be a telltale sign, just as there are satellite minerals or indicators that point to the presence of diamonds and other gems in certain regions. However, unlike other gemstones, precious opals do not have indicator satellites. This means that there is no mineral that indicates the presence of opals in certain regions. But if you're in the United States, there is one place where the chances of finding these gems are greater. In the remote and fertile mining district of the Virgin Valley in Nevada, you can find some of the finest black opals in the world. This region, which covers 68,000 acres of desert valleys in northern Nevada along the Oregon border, is the heart of the Old West, rich in prospecting history. Three major mines stand out: the Royal Peacock, the Virgin Opal Bonanza, and Rainbow Ridge. And while Nevada is best known for Las Vegas and its famous Strip, there is much more to discover. During the mining season from May to November, you can visit the opal mines and maybe even find one of the rare black opals. For example, the most valuable opal ever discovered was found in the Royal Peacock mine. Unfortunately, there is a lot of misinformation on the internet about where these stones are found and what they actually look like. Here you can see an opal in its natural state, preserved in water, which is necessary to maintain its hydration and better highlight its color play. For example, Laguna agates, originally from Mexico, are one of the most prized varieties on the international market. These stones are known for their thin bands and vibrant colors, ranging from deep red to shades of pink and orange. At first glance, Laguna agates may look like ordinary, unattractive stones with a rough, uneven outer crust. However, when cut in half and polished, they reveal a striking beauty with patterns that resemble true works of abstract art. In the US, collectors often buy these specimens on sites such as eBay, where small to medium-sized stones can fetch prices ranging from $500 to over $3,000, depending on quality. Larger specimens with particularly beautiful patterns can sell for up to $10,000. They are used to decorate homes because they are an excellent decorative object. The United States, on the other hand, has its own highly prized varieties of agate. The regions of the Pacific Northwest and the American West, such as Oregon and Montana, are famous for the quantity and quality of the agates they produce. One of the most iconic examples is Montana agate, known for its translucent bands and inclusions that look like small trees or mosses. Because of the abundance of minerals in these regions here in the United States, the process of agate hunting has become a tradition among explorers and collectors. On the beaches of the Oregon coast, for example, it is possible to find small, translucent agates during a simple walk. The thrill of finding a rough agate and cutting the stone to reveal its interior is what motivates many rockhounds, as the term is often used to describe people who hunt for rocks as a hobby. Agates from these areas can vary greatly in value. Smaller, more common stones, such as agates found in rivers and on beaches, often sell for more affordable prices, ranging from $10 to $500 depending on quality. However, exceptional specimens with unique patterns and rare colors can reach impressive values, going for more than $5,000 at auctions or on collectors' websites. Now let's cross the ocean and talk about Chuanyo agates, a Chinese variety that is becoming increasingly popular with Western collectors. Chuanyo agates are known for their soft colors and unique patterns, often combining shades of light blue, caramel, and gray. These stones are also often sold in their raw form, simply cut in half and polished to reveal an incredible range of colors and geometric shapes. In the United States, these agates are also highly prized, with smaller specimens selling for around $1,500 to $6,000, while larger, more impressive pieces can fetch upwards of $15,000. This reflects not only the beauty of these stones, but also their rarity and the growing demand from American and European collectors. Now a little further south, between Asia and Oceania, we can find rarities from Indonesia, known worldwide as one of the rarest and most interesting varieties of agate in the world. These stones are formed from petrified wood, absorbing minerals from nature and creating a vibrant color palette that includes shades of orange, green, blue, yellow, and red. Because they are extremely colorful, these stones have significant cultural value in various regions of Indonesia and are used in religious ceremonies and cultural events. In the United States, Pancawarna agates are less well known, but are rapidly gaining popularity among collectors seeking exotic and unusual pieces. On sites such as eBay, examples of these stones can be found for prices ranging from $2,000 to $10,000, depending on color and pattern. Some pieces are so unique that they are entered in international gemstone competitions, where the value can easily exceed $50,000, especially if the pattern of the stone resembles figures such as animals or cultural symbols. And for those of you who are in the United States and want to know where to find agates, there are a variety of options. For example, thunder egg agates, which form in volcanic areas of the American West, such as Oregon and New Mexico, are well known. These stones are found in geodes and, like the other agates we've mentioned, reveal their true beauty when cut in half and polished. These thunder eggs are prized for their bright colors and complex internal formations. Depending on the size and quality of the pattern, a thunder egg can fetch quite high prices on the gem market, especially when polished and used for jewelry or decorative pieces. There are also Fairburn agates, which are mainly found in South Dakota. They are known for their intricate patterns and colors that range from bright reds to oranges and browns. Another interesting type of agate that can be found in the United States are condor agates, which originate in Argentina but are often sold here. These stones have a unique pattern with layers that alternate between shades of red, yellow, and white, giving them a striking and highly desirable appearance. In the American market, these stones are becoming increasingly popular with collectors and jewelry enthusiasts alike. With options ranging from geodes to polished pieces, You can find agates selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their rarity and the complexity of their patterns. And remember, many of these pieces can be obtained for much less if you go directly to the areas where they are found. Now, when considering this information, it's important to note that as beautiful as these stones are, their value is determined by two main factors: beauty and rarity. Sometimes a stone can be incredibly beautiful, but so common that its market value is low, while others may seem less attractive but are rare, making them extremely valuable. An important tip for anyone wishing to enter the world of gemstones and agates in particular is to learn to distinguish between these two characteristics. Understanding the geology of the stone and the history behind its formation can help you understand which are the rarest and therefore the most valuable. That's why it's worth analyzing every stone you find. Performing tests to learn how to identify the characteristics of gems can increase your chances of finding something valuable. While some finds may seem like luck, knowledge and attention to detail are essential in distinguishing an ordinary stone from a precious one. To help you identify these stones, we have several full-length videos here on the channel about different types of gemstones, including diamonds. In them, you'll learn at-home tests to identify your stones. But if you'd rather have all that knowledge in one place, check out our Gemology for Beginners ebook. It's a complete illustrated resource, including a mineral dictionary, where you'll learn the most important characteristics of the precious and semi-precious stones found in your region. So the next time you're exploring a volcanic region in search of one of these rare gems, a little luck and knowledge is all you need to find one of these extraordinary stones in a rough form that could be worth a small fortune when polished. Now that you know about some of the most expensive and famous agates in the world, such as Laguna, Chuanyua, and Pancawarna agates, as well as those found in the United States, such as Thunder Eggs and Fairburns, it's clear how fascinating the world of these stones is. The ones I'm going to show you now are not precious opals, but common opals. Unlike noble opals, they don't have the same play of color, nor are they like fire opals, which have an orange hue and are translucent. This type of opal forms in a fascinating way, and that's what we're going to explore now. I'll explain how these stones occur in nature and point out some regions in the United States where they have already been identified. It's interesting to note that opals form in more places than many people realize. I'm going to show you how they appear in their raw state, directly from nature, and also point out where you won't find them. First important piece of information: you won't find an opal in a river. There's simply no point in looking because they don't form in that environment. Opal is formed by the deposition and crystallization of silica and water in cracks in rocks, such as sandstone and basalt, over millions of years. In regions where opals are mined, such as Nevada, not all opals have this vivid luster. But no matter where they come from, the formation process is similar, and that is the key to identifying an opal when you find it. Opals that are beige in color, with no luster or transparency, are generally not considered valuable. However, if they have transparency, a vivid play of colors, or even vivid shades of green, blue, or pink, these opals can be classified as more valuable stones. The formation process of these gems is fascinating. They develop as a gel that fills cavities in different types of rock, such as jasper, quartz, and sandstone. These cavities, which can vary from small fissures to large spaces, provide the ideal environment for the opal to be deposited. Depending on the size of the cavity, the opal may be formed into larger or smaller pieces. If the cavity is large, the result may be a more voluminous opal, characterized by its crystallized appearance or striking colors. In contrast, opals formed in smaller cavities tend to be more compact and may not have the same level of brilliance or color play. Opal is a sedimentary rock, and although valued as a precious gemstone, it is not technically considered a mineral due to its amorphous structure. It is formed by the deposition of silica into cavities in the host rock, where the opal crystallizes over time, filling these spaces with a substance that is actually a combination of water and silica. The presence or absence of color, as well as the intensity of the hues, depends on the internal structure and uniformity of the silica particles. In regions like Nevada, opals can form in volcanic and sedimentary rocks, where there are enough cavities for silica to be deposited. The most valuable opals, such as the black opals from the Virgin Valley region, are characterized by intense coloration and are highly sought after by collectors and gemologists. On the other hand, common opals that don't have this play of color are less valued on the market, but are still important for understanding the geological process by which these gems are formed. In places like the southwestern United States, where volcanic and sedimentary rocks with cavities are common, the conditions for opal formation are ideal. However, the search for fine opals requires patience, as not all opals found will have the desired luster or color, and most will be dull or pastel in color. Opals are not found in rivers because they are relatively fragile stones. Unlike harder minerals such as quartz, opals have a structure that makes them susceptible to breakage. They are also sensitive to sunlight, which can degrade their appearance and value over time. Because of this fragility, opal would not withstand the conditions of a river, so its occurrence in such environments is highly unlikely. Black opals, for example, may seem common at first glance, but they have specific characteristics that set them apart. Some may have inclusions or a dark coloration that gives them the appearance of being black, although the actual color can vary between very dark green or other dense shades. Opals that show a play of colors, where the light reflects and creates a rainbow of shades, are particularly valuable. However, not all opals exhibit this phenomenon. Some may have a single color, which, although not as valuable, is still important to collectors and gemologists. In the United States, one of the richest regions for opals is the state of Nevada, especially in the Virgin Valley. This area is famous for its opal mines, such as Royal Peacock, Virgin Opal Bonanza, and Rainbow Ridge, which produce some of the most prestigious black opals in the world. Nevada opals are known for their vibrant colors and the variety of shapes in which they can be found. Opals tend to form in rocks with voids, such as sandstone and jasper, that allow silica to infiltrate. These geological formations can be found in places such as mountain slopes, walls, and other areas with porous or fractured rocks. When looking for opals, it's important to understand that they are not found in environments such as riverbeds or under hard, rolled stones, but rather in places where the rock has characteristics that allow these delicate and fascinating gems to form. That's why it's worth analyzing every stone you find. Performing tests to learn how to identify the characteristics of gemstones can increase your chances of finding something valuable. While some finds may seem like luck, knowledge and attention to detail are essential in distinguishing an ordinary stone from a precious one. To help you identify these stones, we have several full-length videos here on the channel about different types of gemstones, including diamonds. In them, you'll learn at-home tests to identify your stones. But if you'd rather have all this knowledge in one place, check out our ebook, Gemology for Beginners. It's a complete illustrated resource, including a mineral dictionary, where you'll learn the most important characteristics of the precious and semi-precious stones found in your region. Also, feel free to comment on where you're watching us from, and if you found any diamonds out there. Thank you for liking and subscribing. You motivate me to continue this project. Good luck, Gem Hunter.